Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food on YouTube and Facebook. And I have my bulletproof coffee. I've been up for an hour. I've had my 60 ounces of warmed water. I have done so much refrigerator managing, putting half things that were left into smaller bowls, washing the bigger bowls, starting my turkey broth because I have a cup of broth every day. Just being busy in the kitchen for 1 hour, cleaning up little messes along the way. It's fun. And it's now 4:04. Isn't this exciting? So, full credit for this topic goes to Steph. She said, we were talking about, in a private email, we were talking about the struggle with the food. And for a lot of people, it comes after dinner. And for me, it comes from between lunch and dinner. And so a lot of people have a lot of struggles. And for other people, it could be a certain day is a struggle, like when they're home versus not at their structured work site or something like that. So she said it was like such a duh thing, probably. She said, me time equals food time. And it's like, oh my goodness, isn't that the truth? When I find my me time, it is always surrounded by a food event, usually by myself, like if I'm home here on a Saturday or something, and I've got that, or Friday or Saturday, my 2 days off, and it's me time, and it's guilty pleasure time with the, catching up with shows, catching up with the Kindle books, and Zinio magazines. And so I will schedule my either second cup of coffee or my bone broth or my lunch around the food event. And of course, every night is around, the food event is around the TV for Greg and me. So we are just two old folks with our little, we don't have the TV trays. We're not there yet. But we do sit at a table and watch TV while we eat. And so food time, or me time, equals food time. So when I have my 2 days off and I'm here alone, I am definitely planning my alone time with my food time. It just makes sense to me. But I love what I make for lunch so much at work that I find that I often have that for my lunch at home. It's just easier. It's my little yogurt breakfast, my yogurt, peanut butter, coconut oil, ground flaxseed. And then I'll have my organic berries, and also I've been adding to that a small slice of my homemade crustless quiche. And polita, if you are asking for the menu for that, the recipe for the crustless quiche, it's real simple. I just spray a small pan, it's probably 8 by 8. I guess I would have made brownies in it in another time and place. And then I spray it with coconut oil, which is on sale, by the way, Nature's Promise, 50 cents off. Go get it at Stop and Shop or Giant this week. Just saying. So I will spray that because there's not going to be any crust in it. And then, I just arranged, colored peppers so it's pretty. And cooked broccoli, but the peppers aren't cooked, and Italian sausage that I slice into it, and then 5 eggs, and I mix, and then the shredded cheese, which pepper jack is my favorite, and then I whip the, briskly whisk the 5 organic eggs, and then pour that on top and bake it at like 350 for an hour. It's divine. Then I divide it into 8 slices, and it's counted as 288 calories with the ingredients that I use. So I love that. I get my eggs, I get my veggies, and I get my fat that I love, my cheese, my dairy. So that's usually my lunch, but it's around a food event. I mean, it's around me time. And so if I'm watching my guilty pleasures on TV, or I'm reading in my Kindle, I'll have my food. So anyway, it's just kind of funny. I don't know if any of you had that duh moment like I did. It's like, of course, me time is usually surrounded by that. Well, in the morning, it's my bulletproof coffee while I talk to you, and then I take a walk when I don't have anything. And my next time that I have something is bone broth 10ish, and then I have my breakfast and lunch combined between like 11 and 12. So anyway, that it's always so funny when, I'm always encouraging and suggesting that you guys go through your tracker and see what you're having and really identify tough places or places that need to be tweaked, or is that really a food item, or is it just a food manufacturer's edible item, which is something like a non-nutritious snack, like the fake, like the refined flour crackers. I don't care if they're organic or not, they're still junk. And things like that, that really have no substantive, they're not nutritious. I can't say these words first thing in the morning. And so, and then it goes further. I mean, I'm always trying to identify the mental hunger that I have with my food issues, because it's usually the mental hunger and has nothing to do with the belly saying time to eat, because I've tweaked it so much that I know how the food sits and tells me I'm satisfied, satiated. So it's just always going to be a battle. And she was very happy. Thanks a lot, Steph. She was very happy to see that even after all the years that I've been paying attention to my food and the emotional part of the food addiction, that I still struggle. And it's like, yes, it can only be managed. You're not going to be cured. If you've got a food addiction, it's just like all the other addictions. You only manage it by not having it. The no-nos, whether it's a cigarette, whether it's a drink, whether it's an opiate, or whether it's, sugar. And don't forget that sugar lights up your brain more than an opiate. So of course there's going to be withdrawal. Of course there is. And when you've got, say you're giving up your little nummies at night because you know that after dinner there's nothing that you need. It's a habit. That breaking that habit might go from having some sort of sweet to the better bad choice of maybe a veggie, but it's still keeping the habit alive and well, thank you very much, and fanned and inflamed every night that you have it. So trying to give up something is really, really, really hard. And so when some of you are talking about what you have at night and you know that you don't want to have it anymore, I mean, is that the mental hunger or what? The kids are in bed, the dishes are done, the laundry is folded. It's time for you and your Lifetime channel or whatever it is that you watch. Just want a few minutes to yourself, and you have your little snack, you're watching TV, and you know that the snack is trouble for you. You know that it's part of your addiction. And even if you've built it into your points, there's nothing after dinner that you need. It's just that habit. And for me, it's that 12 to 5. Because when I'm done, I'm done. And sometimes what I always suggest is if after dinner you're working on it, there's going to be a withdrawal. There is. There's just no other way around it. You're giving up a habit that is comforting, even if it feels good, but you know that you really probably need to give it up, okay? And so you've saved your points and you've got it all. It's going to hurt. It is. But these are some of the things I do. I don't, say you always have it, you're on the couch, you're in your jammies, or you bring it into bed with you. First, no food in the bedroom. That's how I began to address my food issues after dinner. No food in bed. None. Even if they aren't crummy. Even if it's a creamy sort of thing like a yogurt or a pudding or something and it won't make a mess. I don't have that. I gave that up. So there's no food in the bedroom. And so sometimes retraining my brain to give up the habit, I had to go to bed wicked early. And I go to bed wicked early anyway. So as you can see, it's a problem. And then sometimes brushing my teeth. That was the next step. After dinner, I floss, I brush, I'm done. After the toothpaste is entered, there's no more food. No more. Sometimes I've had to do that, like to kind of stop that binge. I had to brush my teeth and really white knuckle it. So it is possible. There is a struggle. But on the other part, planning a food event around me time, if it's scheduled and it's not like after dinner, it's a healthy thing. It's a good thing sometimes. And then sometimes, me time doesn't have food. Like if I'm shopping or if I'm cleaning or if I'm walking, the things that just get it done. Sometimes they're pleasurable and sometimes they're like the cleaning part. There's still pleasure at the end of it, right, when you're done. So anyway, just honoring Steph because she gave me a duh moment that me time equals food times often. And I just never connected the dots, and I'm 65. So there you go. Well, anyway, this has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food. Have a wonderful day dealing with your bear, which is your mental hunger, and your true hunger. Enjoy yourselves. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now.